Hello and welcome to the stubzcast. The stubzcast, the Content Creator Hub podcast, where I interview content creators, developers, all sorts of people with the content creation space, ask them about their journey into content creation and how they're getting on and if they offer any tips and tricks. That's what basically the show's about. But thanks for joining us. This time we're live on the Stasis Chat podcast channel. That's where I'll be hosting the stubzcast for now on, but you can still find the stubzcast on all your normal feeds, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, all of them basically. We're on there. We'll also be on there as well. But yeah, thanks for coming on. Today we have got Venomousak, a co-host of L.O.D Perspective, a very good podcast if you haven't checked it out, and also a very good horror Twitch streamer. How are you doing, Venomousak?
Yes, it's me. I'm on the show.
Finally, because I remember when you've done a little bit of you went through loads at one point, didn't you? On the podcast a while, I think it was a while ago. You went through loads of different interviews, didn't you? You did.
Yeah, I went through my first podcast I was on was your one, which was the old midweek gaming. And
yeah, it was.
That was fun.
It was.
And that's kind of where I started. And then Paul invited me onto the L.O.D as a stand-in. And then I became one of the guys, which was cool. And then I was interviewed by Tom through a one-to-one, which really was amazing.
You were interviewed by who?
Tom.
Oh, yes, that was recently, weren't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
That was recently, because actually Tom Wilde is the brainchild of this show. He doesn't like taking credit for it, but he's the one that gave me the idea for the show back in the day.
Yeah. And obviously, now I'm here. I'm on the stubzcast.
It'll be fun. It will. So, how's your week been? Has it been all right?
Yeah, I'm on holiday from work, so that's awesome. And I've just been streaming here and there, and I've done a few Halloween things.
Do you keep moving away from your mic?
No. It's right in my mouth at this rate. I might as well be sucking on my mic.
Right, it's all good. Welcome, UK Dazarus live in chat. Welcome, Sentinel. Masuku, thanks for popping in. And I've learnt one thing about you Twitch streaming. What's that new game you called?
As many.
You were playing it yesterday. What's it called?
A Plague Star.
Yeah, it makes you rage. Yeah.
Oh, mate. I actually had to clip one of them where I was like, you can't get me. And then they got me and I was like, oh, man, are you fucking kidding me? And I punched the fucking desk and everything. I lost my shit. Paul was in there as well. AFC Paul.
Yeah, he was, yeah.
Masuka was in there. Dread was in there. There was loads of people. Someone that follows you, Gorilla, the Gorilla Gamer. Oh, the Green Gorilla Gamer. He was watching. He joined actually because of this. And he was like...
Did he?
Yeah, he gave me a follow, which was awesome. And he was laughing. I was like, I'm losing my shit. Why am I playing this fucking game? I get a bit ragey.
It will be worth it in the end, I suppose, if you get to the end of the game. I've not played it. I've not played that yet. I'm playing Horizon Forbidden West currently. Well, not at this moment, but that's the game I'm playing. It is.
What's that, sorry?
Doing that at the minute. I'm doing Horizon. I'm playing Horizon Forbidden West at the minute.
Yeah, I
That's
need
the game I'm
to.
playing.
I need to play that. I've got the first
Well,
one.
to
On
be
PC.
fair, you've got the PC, so if your PC's all right, you may as well wait for the port when it comes out next year for PC. As all their games are going a year after release, so it'd be cheaper for you too. It will. Up to you though. You don't have to wait. Just saying it is going to PC.
Oh no, I'm never. Right, I'm just gonna say straight up. I don't care what anyone says. I'm not a fan of PlayStation. I think it's just nah. I just don't like PlayStation. There's nothing wrong with PlayStation. It's just me personally. I don't like the toxic shit, and it's too much for me.
Well, no. If you just play the PlayStation games, there's nothing toxic about them at all. Plus, you need to play new Spider-Man because your main man's in the game, Venom.
Yeah. Do you know what
And
that is?
Spider-Man 2 is going to be in it.
Watch, my girlfriend's gonna buy me one just for that, and I'll be like, "Oh, what'd you do that for?" She's like, "So you can play Spider-Man."
Probably, because the amount of stuff your girlfriend's bought you for your rig and everything, it's unbelievable. You're very lucky.
She has.
You can afford it as well.
Over the top.
You know.
Yeah, she went well over the top with my rig. I was surprised. Even Paul was like, "What? I didn't tell you to get that."
Yeah, I had the L.O.D Perspective show where you were talking about it, and where you kept banging on about your Steam Deck, your big Steam Deck round, and you were debating bringing it round, then telling him, I might not let you ever go on it. You know.
Yeah. No, PlayStation's not bad. There's a lot of toxic side to it. That's why
if you don't, the problem is
stay away.
The problem is a lot of it is Twitter. You see, because
unfortunately,
I mean, I know like games like my mate.
I've just blocked in the end.
Well, you want to. I mean, the majority of gamers that I speak to, like Luke Steele, Baldman Gamer, they've both got PlayStations. They're like the multiplayer. Luke's got PC. In fact, that bloke's nearly got everything possible. He's got a Nintendo Switch. He's got everything. And he just bought a 4090. He's just bought a 4090 for his PC. Just built a new PC. It's a beast. It is. But yeah.
Yes, I saw it.
And
Paul, Paul showed me. I was like,
yeah, if you keep away from the Twitter toxicity in PlayStation, you're fine. Just play the games. Don't worry about it.
I've just seen.
I've muted loads on Twitter recently. I don't see a lot of it anymore. I've muted loads of words and all sorts. I have.
You can mute words. I didn't know that.
Yeah, you can mute words. If you don't want to hear about the CMA or this Microsoft Activision stuff,
I did not know that.
You can mute words, but you got to do it right because people could screenshot stuff and all sorts. If you can mute words, you can do all sorts. It won't show you.
Well, that would be the whole of like Twitter not talking.
Well, yeah, it will be actually. Yeah. But yeah. So anyway, so when did you? So you're slightly younger than me, I think. You definitely are younger than me because I'm 38 this year. Damn,
so I'm just a tiny little bit,
yeah. I'm 38 this year, so 2 years fucking frightening. I'll be 40. Scary. It is. It is.
My brother.
So what did you start gaming as when you were like a kid?
When I was little, I had fond memories of watching my older brothers play games. So I didn't have anything at this point. So I used to watch them play games with their friends. Games that I shouldn't have been watching at 4 years old, but I did.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So my brother Darren, he would play games like Silent Hill. And I used to love watching him play that. It was scary, but it was like, I'm not playing it. But I used to enjoy it because it's like one of them things like sitting in front of the TV, your brother's sitting on the couch, or you're sitting next to him like a fucking puppy, watching him play this game on PlayStation. And it was amazing. Like, it's one of my fondest memories that I can remember. And I remember one time where he was playing Silent Hill 2, and he said, I'm going to be meeting this character, like he's baddie. I was like, oh, like,
Yeah.
what's his name? He's like, he's really cool. His name's Pyramid Head. I was like, oh, okay. Well, every time he met him, I was asleep. And he went, oh
Oh,
boy,
was
I
it?
met Pyramid Head again. And I was like, oh, what? I want to see him. You know, being 4 years old, I had the squeakiest voice to mankind.
Yeah.
And yeah, and my other brother James, I used to watch him play games like Resident Evil, Splinter Cell, and GTA, things
Nice.
like that.
Yeah.
So it was probably one of the best times of my life, was watching my brothers sitting on top of their bunk bed and watching them play video games, and it kind of just grew on me, really.
That's really nice. That is.
Yeah,
It is.
honestly.
It's What's it? Did you ever? I'm gonna bait you into this one. Did they ever leave a console on and you did something?
Yeah, so he went to meet a girlfriend of his, and
Yeah.
he was on Resident Evil Code Veronica, right? And he left it on the floor. The controller paused, right? Because he was doing the,
Yeah.
you know, don't save the game, go through it without
Oh,
saving.
okay. Yeah.
And this was on PS2. And he was
Yeah.
on the part with, and I'm not sure what it was called, but I can tell you what you do. You're now in like a carrier, and you're trying to get away from the, you know, mansion. And
Okay. Yeah.
you hear a noise, and you go to the back of the carrier, and there's a tyrant, and you've got to go around him and pull a switch that knocks a massive crate into him, and it basically
Okay.
takes him out, but doesn't kill him. And I unpaused it, panicked, and let my brother die. And instead of pressing like checkpoint, I turned off the entire game.
Oh no!
The
You'd have to play it
console, the lot.
from the start.
Yeah,
Oh god.
he was not happy. And he does not forget it to this day. When I was
Doesn't
at
it?
his house not too long ago, about a month or two ago, he's been playing Assassin's Creed Odyssey, and he
Does
does
it?
everything. Like,
Okay.
he is like a proper 100%. You name it, he gets it. Everything, every
Oh really?
achievement, every
Wow.
collectible. He's a proper collector. And I went to his friend, watch this. So he said I could play the Xbox. I was like, watch this. And I put his game on, and all you hear is, no, 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 what do you think you're doing? And just went mental. And he went, you could play anything but that. And I was like, see, I told you, this is because I turned his game off when I was little. And he still remembers to this day.
Basically, that's a funny story. Shane still's finding it funny in chat anyway. He is.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that's a nice story. So it was basically PlayStation. You brought up on PlayStation.
I was
Even
brought
though
up on
even,
PlayStation. So deep down, I love PlayStation in the older gen, but the newer gen and the new fans, nah, I'm not a fan of that. Just the
yeah,
way that people act now is just, it
if
puts me off.
if you disassociate yourself with the fans and just enjoy the game, you'll be fine. That's what you got to do, because there's some really good experiences, like Sentinel was saying. I can't
Yeah,
vouch for all
sure.
these because I've not played all of them
So
games.
I've played Spider-Man and Miles Morales on a PS4. I've
I
also
struggle with that
played.
I tried to play that on the Spider-Man on the PS4. Maybe when I get a PS5, I'll try it. It's really weird.
Yeah,
Maybe I don't know. I'm old or whatever. I've got massive hands,
you're not that
and
old,
when I
Jesus.
try and when I try and use the control, I can play any other game, because you've got to do this motion, to fly through the city. My wrist ends up hurting in the Spider-Man game. I don't get it. I've tried a few times. I've given up with it.
Wait, well, what
Oh,
else are you doing with your wrist?
very funny. But no, it's
Where's Dazzy when you need him?
He'll appear in a minute. He will.
He's gonna be like,
Most
someone's
likely.
playing with their.
But no, there's loads of good games. There is. I've got to give it another go. I'll give it back to my brother, because I haven't actually got a PS4. I tell everyone I have. It's my brother's, because he's got a PS5 now. So I borrow his PS4. I do. So that's how it works. But yeah, if you disassociate yourself with all the online, Twitter, etc., PlayStation games are very good. In general, their campaign, the solo experience are very good games. I mean, Dave, have you ever played Horizon? There he is. Yeah, I thought he'd say something. Yeah. Daz is summoned, and then Masuku then Daz replies. But yeah, I'm not reading that on the air, but yeah, it's there's some good experiences on PlayStation. But yeah, I can see why. But yeah, Twitter's annoying. But it's not the whole gaming community. I know everyone thinks the gaming community is on Twitter. It's only a
No, it's not
minor
all
part.
of them.
It's about 5% of the gaming community. It's even less than that.
I'd say
it's very
probably
small.
10% of 90% of them. Only 10% of 90%.
Yeah, it's a lot of more people. But yeah. So, did you play any other consoles when you were younger? Like
yeah, so I grew up loving Sonic when I was little.
Nice.
And do you know what's weird? My nephew's the same way. He started off by loving Sonic, so he's following in my footsteps. Yeah, and my aunt had a Sega Mega Drive, and she gave it to me.
Yes, one of the greatest consoles ever.
So I played games like Sonic the Hedgehog 1, Sonic the Hedgehog 2, Aladdin. Played Aladdin, and I think The Lion King.
Nice. Have you still got this one?
No idea. If I have, it's in the loft, and if it's in the loft, then it's dead.
Fair enough. They've just released a Sega Mega Drive 2 Mini for all the games on, and like some of my mates have been baking pictures of them. Like, so I'm mates with the guys on the Sega Guys podcast, and they've been taking photographs with it, and it is tiny, and I mean it is tiny. You wouldn't be able to stick a normal cartridge in there. It's all in the hard drive inside it.
Yeah, it's more of a plug-in, isn't it?
It's tiny, but my Mega Drive, I've got like a cart. I've got like a cartridge. It's got an SD card on it, and it's got every Mega Drive game ever released on it, and Master System as well. On the card, It has. But yeah, but no, you played the Mega Drive then. Good to hear. You've got some good history there. You have.
I've played the GameCube. I played the
GameCube. They were tiniest, weren't
Menace.
they? Phantom
Menace. Yeah. The Phantom Menace. And
I seen that film when I was a kid. I did.
I think I played no. I think it was an N64.
Yeah, I used to have to hide one there as well.
I
remember Perfect Dark. I didn't play it. I remember going to Blockbuster.
Played that on the original Xbox. That's about it.
And then the woman in the shop, because I weren't old enough, and she says, "Oh, there's no point looking at that for 18s." I says, "If I want this, my dad will come and get me it." "Oh no, he won't." I says, "He will," but says he's not going to come in with me.
That reminds me of time.
I never actually got it though. I never played Perfect Dark. Everyone talks about it. That's been a great game.
You never played it, even like you're old enough now to buy it.
It's in Game Pass. I could play it. Perfect Dark is.
So you've been waiting years and years to play a game that you can now play on Game Pass.
No, I haven't played it. Well, they say it's a spiritual successor to GoldenEye. That's what they say. That's what it's based off. That's what they say.
It's a good game. It's a good game, but probably my favorite stealth game would probably go towards Splinter Cell.
Another game I haven't played.
Oh my god! What?
Not played that either. No.
How have you not played Splinter Cell?
I've never played it. Never played it.
You got to play Splinter Cell. You have to.
That's in Game Pass too. Rare replay.
What, the Conviction? Yeah.
I've no idea. I just know this. I just know there's some that's on.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Sorry. Original Xbox. I meant 360.
But yeah, I've never played it. But that's why I'm not bothered about the Xbox making a new version of Perfect Dark.
No, but I think the new version would be really cool. And it will go through like a different setting, which I like.
Who knows? They
idea
keep
of.
changing their mind. Apparently, if you believe rumours, they keep changing their minds on what they're doing. Who knows?
Yeah, but that
We'll have
happens
to see.
nowadays.
That's
There's
true,
always a
though. Yeah.
disagreement and stuff like that. I mean, I'm still waiting for the day before. I'm still waiting for that.
Yeah. What's that?
It's
Interest.
it's an apocalyptic RPG. It's huge. It's like Walking Dead sort of. You have to like verse other. So it's like a massive city, and it's probably a cross between the State of Decay, Days Gone, all sorts like that, all mixed together, and it looks really well done. It's got like a Destiny kind of, not Destiny, Division feel to it as well. It actually looks really, really good. Like, but the problem is it's in like problem at the minute. Apparently, someone told me that it's been released in next year March, and I was like, no, it's not. There's no way. It's in trouble. Why would it be released yet?
I don't know.
Well, I've been waiting a while for that.
You never know what's true. What the problem is, half these rumours and news, you don't know what's true half the time. That's the problem. It's sometimes like leaks are good and sometimes they're bad. Because like one thing that bugs me is I've heard you lot talk about it on the L.O.D before. Sometimes a leak's good, but sometimes it's obviously bad. You know when the studio's been waiting to do that reveal and some leaker ruins it all. Like
Oh
GTA
yeah, like with the
6.
GTA, yeah.
Yeah, that's what they've been waiting years to do that. But people moaned about that. But that isn't what you're going to get. That's an unreleased product, isn't it? It's not finished.
Yeah, but to be fair though,
I
it
mean?
looks really well done, even though it's not finished. It looks really well done. Like if you see like even the feature of the hair, it looks so realistic. It was like wow.
I'm sure when it eventually comes out, it will be good. But they are saying the leak hasn't affected the release
No, they're
date,
still gonna
etc.
keep
But then
going.
again, they haven't told you when it's coming out, so who knows? Do you know what I mean?
I'd say probably another year
Well, it will be the
because they're
biggest
working on
game in history.
probably.
It will be.
I think they're working on a few other games as well on top of that. But I mean, we've been waiting a while for GTA 6 now.
Well, 15 years. What's another few years, eh? 15 years, 13 years. It's something like that.
15 years.
It's 13, something like that. I'm sure I'll be corrected in chat if I'm wrong. It's at least 10 years. It's something like that.
I think it's 10 years.
It was out on the 360. It's out on the 360.
Yeah,
so,
it's 360 days.
So
I
you've
was
got to
still
think
in
about
school.
it. Right, if you think
I was
about
still
now,
in
right?
school.
So
I've been in school for like 7 years.
2013, the Xbox One was released, yeah?
Yeah.
So we're now in 2022, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
So it was released in the 360 gen, so it's got to be at least 13-something years old now.
It was released in 2013, I do believe.
Was it? 2013.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's still a while, though, isn't it? It is. Yeah, Sentinel says, the OG Perfect Dark was on N64.
Yeah, 17th of
but
September
later.
2013.
Okay. Still been waiting a while for the next one.
Yes, well, next year it'll be 10 years.
Okay, I was wrong. It just feels like that. It just feels like that long. It does. But yeah, thanks for everyone coming out in chat. But yeah, it's, so what's it called? So when was your have you played any other consoles apart from the ones you mentioned?
PS1 and PS2.
PS1. So which was your favourite out of all your childhood memories, gaming wise? Or just watching your brothers?
PS1.
Which one?
PS1. After my PS2, it was 360, and then Xbox One, and then Series X. But PS1 probably was my most favourite.
PS1.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
had
it
one
was a
with
good
a little
one.
screen on it. It was wicked.
You remember?
Take
You
it
remember
on.
You remember GTA? Back when GTA, you just seen the tops of the
No, I
cars.
wasn't allowed to play that.
Oh, wasn't you?
No,
Yeah, you would have been
I
too
was
young.
7. Yeah, I was 7 years old.
We weren't bothered. PS1, I remember going down to Ingermell's Market. That's in Skegness, if you don't know where it is, because you're from London. You've heard of
Yeah.
Skegness, yeah?
Yeah.
Well, down there, it's a place people go quite regular. And the
Oh, okay.
market stalls, if you get your PlayStation chip, though, the market stalls, they were everywhere. Priority games were
I can
everywhere.
even confirm or deny I had that done.
Everyone did. It was kind of... But they'll
For
put...
PS2, yeah.
But they used to have lookouts and that down there. It was well bad. But the police never shut nobody down because I think the old bill were paid off. But to be fair though, whenever I bought a pirate game though, back in the PS1 days, it always worked. They never didn't work. Like just selling blank discs. Never had that problem.
Yeah, I think it was more what kind of like hardware they put on the game. Like, if you played Spyro 3, it made like a distorted music. It was horrible. Hated it. Sucked. I had to buy the full game for that.
Ah, fair enough.
And in some games, they actually never let you continue. It would crash on you.
Really? Oh.
That's
a bit crap, isn't it? That is. But yeah, what? What's up, Masiko? What? Daz,
I'm guessing he's asking what a grot bag is.
I think it was.
I kind of want to know what that is now, but I don't want to search it on my computer. Daz, do you want to tell us what that is? Because I've been trying to figure it out, but I can't figure it out.
I think grot bags is from like a movie or a TV series. I just can't think of what it is at this exact minute. I can't think of this minute.
Well, I thought it was something from Sesame Street.
It could. Who knows? I can't remember. But yeah, thanks for tuning in, everyone. It's been good so far. Please like, share, and subscribe. And if you're on audio platforms, please leave a review on Spotify and Apple Podcasts if you feel it's worth it. Live on the Stasis Chat podcast channel. But yes, so with podcasting, I know we mentioned this at the start. How did you get into podcasting as such? Because I know you're on L.O.D Perspective now, but you weren't, because it was once L.O.D Perspective was Tyrus, Tom, and Mass Mayhem. It was. I'm saying it that way because of not people listening might not know, like Mass Mayhem and that's real name.
Yeah,
that's
so I basically Tom took a break, and it was just Mark and Paul, and one day Mark was going to bring me on to and he couldn't make it, so I had to stand in for Mark. And after that, someone said to Paul, "You should keep Lewis on. I think he would be good for the show." And I was like, when he told me, I was like, "Really? Like seriously?" Because like
it could have been me.
I didn't think
it could have been me. I think it may have been me as well.
You and Tom.
So I thought you were funny. I thought
yeah, that's what they said. He was, because at the end of the way, I just myself. I don't put a persona on. I am.
No, you don't.
Literally myself. Like if I sat in live eating a kebab because, like Paul says, he's always fucking eating.
Yeah, no, but it's right. You're not one of these fakers. You are who you are. You're real.
I'm just myself.
Because there's a lot of people out there faking it on that, and in the podcast and content creation space, there are them people out there, but you're not one of them. You're not. But yeah, it probably was.
What's Rod and Emu?
So if you can see what Musiku's put, kebab ASMR.
Yeah,
It probably
I was
was. But
in the live,
I
and you
bet
could like,
I bet Mayhem kept pausing you. I bet because he hates
oh, he was
hearing
muting
stuff
me.
like that.
Yeah, he was muting me.
Yeah, he
Yeah, he
won't
kept
put up with
muting me.
that. He won't put up with
My
that. He'd keep
wife
pausing you.
hates it.
But yeah,
Oh,
it's so that's
oh,
how you
God.
came onto the show. That is, I mean,
Yeah.
and then
And after that, it was a regular thing. And then I wanted to build the show up so that I could make Paul proud. And then Tom, we made some episodes with a friend of mine called Al, or he's our friend, me and Paul's friend. And in the end, Paul just wasn't really feeling it because I'll be honest, it was hard. Like trying to get someone to take over for Tom was difficult. And there is shows out there that haven't been released yet.
Because I kept asking, because
Where's the
I
show
kept
coming
asking
back?
Paul,
Yeah,
when's it coming back? And I eventually gave up. And when I did give up,
it came
I
back.
removed it from the feed. You know, on Spotify, I thought, well, there's no point following if it ain't coming back. Then when I did, the news broke and it returned. It's like, yes.
Yeah, we wanted to come back with a bit of a bang, you know, like something just in your face, like hardcore, like bam, you know. And Tom messaged me and he said, "Do you guys mind me coming back to the show?" And I was like, oh, "Thank you, Paul's gonna be so happy." And I
bet he
always knew
was.
he'd come back, and so did Paul. And when he came back, it was it. And it was just the family was back together. The three musketeers, the 2.5 men, you know, literally.
Yeah, because it wasn't like they announced it on Twitter. It was like he dropped the show, didn't he, on the feeds?
Yeah, it was like a bomb that just been dropped.
But the problem was, though, I said to Tom about it. I says, Mayhem made a vital mistake. He says, what's that? I says, I knew that you were on that show before I even listened to it. He says, why is that? I says, I know.
Announced it.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't that he announced it. It was in the bloody description of the show. So rather than say someone's coming back, so I actually read it in the little blurb under the podcast. It said Tom Wild. I was like, it should have left that bit out, and it would have been more of a surprise. But it was good. And it is good to have him back on the show because you are right with certain shows.
It was different. It was so
the dynamics
much different.
the dynamics have to be right. They do. You see,
like, don't get me wrong. Me and Paul could do it on our own, but it just wasn't the same. And when Tom came on, it was like three brothers just talking shit about video games, and it just made me feel like I was. It sounds weird, but it was like how me and my brothers are. And that's what I love about it. That's why I don't want it to change. Like, if people don't like it, fuck it. I don't care. Because at the end of the day, that helps me mentally as well. I always look forward to Monday because I get to sit and talk with my brothers and they get to basically take the piss and I get to take the piss. And that's our show. Our show is a family show. We talk like we're brothers, real brothers. And it helps. It helps us all. It's one of them days that you just like, I am so excited about this.
Yeah, no, it is good, and I always look forward to listening to L.O.D Perspective because it is a good show, and it is right. I mean, with certain podcasts, you have to have a dynamic, and you three are the dynamic, and you are probably right. That's probably why. Obviously, that's the real reason why Paul didn't bring the show back. Without Tom, it's a bit difficult. He left the community completely, didn't he? He like disappeared.
Yeah, because he deleted his Twitter.
He did,
and he was pursuing his dream of acting, and unfortunately, that didn't go very well. And when he came back, he said he was.
People, if you were to listen to the podcast where Tom says this, it comes across wrong for you, Lewis, doesn't it? You tell him, yeah, I'm glad. You're what? And they were like, Paul started having a moan at you. You should be saying that. And Tom's like, I know
I'm glad that you're back.
Don't worry.
I'm glad that everything went to shit.
I know. I know.
Because I was really hoping, like I really had high hopes that Tom would pursue the dream and he'd make it. And Tom is talented. I'm sorry, but he is.
He
That's why I
is.
pushed him
Yeah.
to do streaming again because I love watching his streams. Unfortunately, I'm late to this community. I kind of stuck to myself, and after my brother died, I just backed off for everyone.
That's fair enough. It's
I
one
just
of
left, and when I was with my ex, it was
there's
complete and
no
utter
there's
toxicness.
there's no being late to community. You shouldn't say it like that. Can you your Twitch, you've grown a community. You've got a community, Lewis. So there's no being late. There is a space for everyone. It's like I've been doing podcasting quite a few years now since the pandemic. I think the stubzcast. I think it's either 2019 or the pandemic year because I was doing stubzcast every week during the pandemic, every Saturday night. Or what? And that was long before midweek gaming, and I was still new then. I got my break from, well, I say break, but it was from BG4G. I was part of BG4G, but if you were to ask Paul, what did Stubbs actually do? A couple of articles here and there, a couple of
I've read a few of your articles.
reviews, it all crap. I didn't do a lot, but what's it called? He always helped me out. My computer smashed at once, and he sent me a spare. He gave me my first snowball. He bought me one reconditioned. What's that?
Sorry.
Oh no, you're reading chat, yeah. That's lethal. That is.
Don't ever say it like that again. Don't ever say that Paul gave you your first snowball.
Oh, sorry.
Just
Paul. I'll
don't
clarify.
say
Paul bought me a blue snowball microphone. There you go.
Yeah, because everyone probably thought the same thing, that Paul snowballed you.
Oh.
And it's like, oh no.
So I'll rephrase that. He bought me my first snowball microphone by the company called Blue. Yeah, I'm grateful for that to him. But yeah,
I'm sorry.
He's. I've actually met Paul. I haven't ever met you yet. I hope.
No, you came to London, but I was busy.
Yeah,
you should come to the next EGX.
I'll have to see if I can make it to EGX.
Of course you can make it. Come on, you've got loads of time.
We'll see if I can. We will. But yeah, it's Oh, he took me on a. Did he ever tell you when he took me on a tour of London? Me and the family. Damn, he killed me. Must have been like 10,000. He knows London though. Damn,
yeah, I mean, he's
murdered me. I know, but he knows everything. Like Lewis, you don't understand the amount of history he knows. He got it all in his head. He could be a tour guide.
Paul's probably one of the smartest guys.
It was fun, but it murdered because I'm not used to walking to that degree. But yeah, he's a good bloke, Paul.
It's crazy because I've got a lot to thank Paul for, because if it wasn't for Paul, I wouldn't be in this community. I'll be honest with you. I kind of stick to myself. I used to follow like Daz and all that and you guys, and it was only till I met Paul through Craig, Xbox Jesus, and unfortunately, it wasn't the best at first time when I met him, because my missus was having a go at me in the background. Ex-missus, sorry, Megan. I meant you know who. And I kind of said, "Oh, I gotta go, guys. See you later." But when I started, because I used to be a writer for a company called Rapid Reviews UK.
You did, didn't you?
I did.
Yeah.
I used to write articles for reviews, and I loved that. That was amazing. But then when things started going wrong, my head was in the wrong place. And then when I got back to thinking of going back, I got in touch with Paul, and I said, "Paul, you said that you need writers." So I joined BG4G Hub, and then me and Paul just, I don't know, he just kind of became like a mentor for me, him and Tom. And then soon, as me and Paul got like to know each other better, he kind of adopted me as a little brother, and he's had my back since. He makes sure that I keep to. He stops me from doing stupid shit. he's helped me so much, like with my mental health, and he told me it's just like having my brother Darren back. It was nice.
He's very nice. I mean, won't go into it on this show, but it's quite a sad period for you. I've
He's
heard
one of my
bits and-
heroes.
But yeah, it's. I heard you speak
If I
about an
need
L.O.D
someone, Paul
perspective.
is always there.
I have,
And
and
I will
the
never
interview
ever
with
let
Tom.
anyone even says a bad word about him, and I would tear them to shreds, because that man gets literally no respect when he helps so many people.
Oh no, he does. He's more of a pay it forward. He likes to help rather than he doesn't really like the praise for it. He doesn't. He's more like just a good guy, genuine guy. He is. But yeah, it's I heard a lot on. I heard a lot on the talk you had with Tom, and I didn't realise a lot of that the stuff you brought up, and you've done very well, mate. Very well to be where you are now. You've done very good. It helps with people like Paul and your new girl, your girlfriend, to help you along the way. It's really good to see. It is.
Yeah, I feel like I wasted a lot of my life when 5 years of my life just I threw away. Staying with someone
Yeah.
because you got told like you'll never be loved again, that was hard. Like, and
Oh, I
then
imagine
when
it
me and
was.
Megan, it was like, Paul kind of helped me with that situation as well. That's what I mean. Like, he's been fucking like one of the best brothers I've ever had. Even though he's not blood brother, he's my brother. I won't kill anyone says.
No, it's true. It is. It's good to hear that he helps you a lot, and
And of course,
you're
I've got
very close.
I have got another brother who is my brother James, but my brother James has his own life as well. So sometimes I go to my brother James. Sometimes Paul usually like reaches out to me. If I go like quiet for a while, he knows something's wrong. My brother James is very, very private. So it's sometimes when I talk to him, he can come off as in like, you got this boy, you can do this. It's not really much I can do with that, but he's still like honestly one of the best brothers I've got. And he did help me when my brother Darren died, even though he was in bits. But I do feel lucky with the people I've got.
That's good to hear, Lewis. That really is. It's yeah, it is good to hear. It's even though I didn't know you, brother. It's upsetting. The thing I heard on the other podcast is but I'm glad you're in a good place now, Lewis. It's really great to
Yeah,
hear.
it's taken me a while, but believe it or not, who I am now, you never would have seen that a few years ago. Even
Well,
though I think I
I
wasn't like
think
this.
I did know you when you were going out with the said ex, and you were very different to what you are now. I didn't know you very well, but you because I
Silent.
used to speak to you on Xbox Live and that, and you're like, "Oh no, I've got to go and pick my girlfriend up from the train station," and I nearly knocked someone out on the way, and I went, "No." You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I
You were a
remember
lot
that.
younger then, though. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I remember that.
and that.
Nearly knocked someone
You
out.
do.
Yeah,
You
yeah, I
told me
remember
about
that.
it or something.
Yeah,
I don't
I
know.
was like, sorry, I'm late. I was gonna hurt someone.
Yeah, I wasn't
Yeah, I had a
sure what
very
you know. Yeah,
yeah. Being in London, that's kind of a usual thing. I mean,
yeah. See, where I live, I live in like the countryside, and that stuff don't really happen very often. It don't. Maybe the young lads, maybe when on nights outs and that, but don't really happen around where I live in a very very remote. I don't say remote, but compared to London, it bloody is remote. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, the big smoke. Because when I came to London, like it was because I was asking people like I said, why is it so hot in London? And I asked my mate Luke, and I told Paul, he said, yeah, it's the pollution, mate. What do you mean? He says it's the pollution. He says it can't be. He says it is. He says it's not as bad as. He says it's still not as bad as before the pandemic, but he says it's what's making everything so hot and humid. You're not used to it. He said. Oh. He says.
Oh yeah,
He
man.
says
Trying
no.
to
It's all the pollution. He says Londoners don't notice it, but he says you'd notice it. It's like hot and you know what I mean. It's all hot and humid. You know, but yeah, it's good few days ride in London. We did when we came down.
Yeah, with London, it's like I tell people this all the time: don't stare at people because it means you've got an issue, and that's when.
Well, we never stared at people. Just I notice it's a lot of people when they go and pay for their products in the shops don't say thank you. Now you probably do, Lewis, but I've seen a lot of Londoners that I watched. I watched 20 of them, and not one of them uttered anything out of their mouth.
You watched 20 people buy something?
No, because I was waiting for my order, and loads of them went up, and I didn't see any of them say thank you or that.
Yeah, I say cheers and stuff like that.
I said to Paul about this rush. Londoners in the underground. I said I had an argument with a few of them because my kids were terrified on the escalators, and they soon stopped. Then, oh sorry, they said. I said you got a problem. My little boy's terrified on this escalator. Well, they waited because he was terrified. But in the end, they learned to go down escalators and up escalator. They were terrified. They were crying their eyes out. You know what I mean? But
yeah, we don't do stairs.
They understood when. What's that?
Yeah, we don't really do stairs for some reason. We do, but they're like not as many as like escalators.
Yeah, well, some of them, like people running up and down these escalators. I was like, just fall. Go on. I want one of them to fall, and none of them fell. I did that guy. That guy's going that quick. I wanted him to fall, and he didn't. You know what I mean? But yeah. So L.O.D Perspective, it's all good. It's and I think what you did with the horror special was very good. With Dreadpool, you picked a great co-host in Dreadpool to do that horror special with the first live show of the channel. Yeah, it was the first live show of the channel. You've done very well. You've got some developers on. Sorry, yeah, it went really well, and loads of Steam codes away.
I tend to make friends with publishers and developers.
Yeah, I thought it was very good. It's learning process for you. You asked quite good questions, but also Dreadpool did. But Dreadpool has had a lot of experience interviewing devs, though.
That's one of the reasons I asked him. So he joined my stream one day, and I said to him,
with Husk and Carlo, yes.
Yeah, and I said to him, Dread, like, are you a fan of horror? And he went, look at my name. I went, oh right, yeah. And he went, love horror, mate. And he went, I even sponsor a haunted house. And I said, do you want to co-host with me on, not a guest, I said co-host, I need you to help me. I said, with all of the questions and interviewing and blah 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 blah. But I didn't want it to be like a serious show. I wanted it to be something where people could just relax, enjoy it, win a prize, things like that. And that's what I wanted, and that's what we got. 4 hours. I did not realize we would be talking that long.
See, it was 4 hours. I don't know if I caught all of it, but I caught a lot of it. 4 hours.
And Paul went, fuck, we got to put that into audio. And I said, oh shit.
It ain't in audio. It's not arrived yet.
No, he's still editing it.
Well, maybe he should just cut it up and put the special part 1, and then just cut the special part 2 and just put it into 2 podcasts.
Could do that.
Might be easier.
If he listens to this, because he's tired. He's just come back from Edinburgh, so he's gone to bed.
Fair enough. But now he's that's what you should probably do. But so, what made you get into? So, was you streaming when you were getting into L.O.D Perspective, or is this something kind of new? Like, is it like
I got into?
Was you podcasting at the same time? Was you?
So deep down, I've always wanted to be a streamer. I've always wanted to be a YouTuber sort of thing. Because I always wanted. The way I see it is, I used to watch YouTube to help me get over my real life stuff going on. I wanted to do the same for other people, but I didn't want it to change me. I wanted it to be so like down to earth. People could message me privately and go say, listen, I know you don't know me, but can I talk? And I do let people do that. If anyone messages me, I give them the time. I give them any time of day. I don't care if I'm going to bed. I will sit and talk, because at the end of the day, that can help someone. And that's what I was brought up to, help people. And I wanted to get into that so that people could join the stream and feel safe, listen to me scream or get angry at a game, but they knew that they were in a safe place where no one judged them. They could talk about their life. I've got a few people that jump in and say, oh, I'm having a bad day, and all my viewers will help them, because at the end of the day, my stream is not for me, it's for other people. It's why I call it the family. It's a family. It's my family. I'm building a family of people that you can trust. Any toxic, and I'll get rid of them. I'm not dealing with that shit. And that's the way I see it. You come in, you respect the people in the stream. Everyone is going through something. Someone could have just lost a parent. Someone could have just lost their job. Anything. Someone could have just lost their cat or dog. You don't know what people are going through. And that's the way I see it. If they are going through something and they join my stream, it means that they need a distraction. So I will give them that distraction, and I will stream as long as they need me to. And that's what I'm all about. That's the sort of person I am.
That's good to hear. That is, it's because a lot of people like you've built up quite a community. Because I think you even get like you've the way you do your channel is quite good. I know I won't watch as much as I should, but you do have good streams, and you have built up. I believe you've built up quite good relations with a lot of the horror, indie devs, particularly horror devs. You get like, do you get like review codes and codes early for games to play, like from
Sometimes, yes.
Feardemics? They give you
Yeah,
a few codes to play.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna be playing Dark Fracture the day before it comes out, I think it is. Because
Nice.
Lucas says that the reaction they're looking for is my reaction. And if you actually look at the last WASD when Dark Fracture was shown at WASD, I'm in that video. You can see my
Yeah, nice.
yeah, and it was really cool. And I made friends with Lucas, and me. I talk to him behind the scenes all the time. Like, he's like one of my friends, and I talk to him,
So
and we love having him on the show. Um, he's honestly so cool. Like, when he comes to London, we're gonna like meet up with him and that. Paul's gonna show him around and stuff. But honestly, I'm hoping he's going to be at the next WASD. But he is such a genuine guy. Like, he's so awesome. He's not like, he's just so easy to talk to. And
I can tell
sometimes, yeah,
because
he gave me a code for Buddy Simulator 1989, I think it was called. Oh no,
yeah.
84. And I said, "Ah, dude, like, I can't play this. I ain't got a Nintendo Switch anymore." And he went, "Ah." He said, "Could Paul do it?" And I said, "I'll give it to him, and he can." And then Paul was like, "Thanks, Lewis." I was like, "It's okay. I just whore you out." So yeah, but Paul's starting to get into horror games now as well, which I fucking love, because I love watching people play horror games myself. But I like to make friends with people in the industry, like one of the ladies I met at WSD as well. Her name's Melinda, and she's awesome. She works for Pixmain. It's
Oh
another
yeah.
publisher. They just brought out the SCP. SCP. What is it? SCP. It's on my wish list. Hang on, let me quickly, because it's a really good game. Yeah, it's called SCP Secret Files, and it's a really good game, really good scary game. And
Is that the stand I got that you mentioned on a lot of the shows where
yeah, I stayed there
um
for ages.
she remembered you from
Yeah, she
the
remembered
last
me.
show?
She was like to me, I think I recognise you. And I said, oh my God, I thought I was the only one. And she said, did you go to WASD? I was like, yeah. She was like, I recognise you from your jump scare. I was like, really? She was like, yeah. And I was like, oh, cool. And then Paul was like, oh, do you remember me? And she was like, oh, and he went, I'm the one you told off for trying to record him. And she said, yes, I do remember you now.
I do remember you now.
But honestly, at that event as well, I also met um, the creator and CEO of SCP Pandemic. So that's what I mean. I like making friends, and making friends it does get me code sometimes, but it's just awesome to have more people to talk to, and it's awesome. Like, I get them on the show, I can promote their game, and the way I see it is, like, I do this for free. I don't care about money. Never given a fuck about money. Money is evil. I can't care. I don't care. Do not care. Like, yes, you need money to survive, and unfortunately, sometimes I need money. But if you honest opinion, fame and money, yeah, I'd like to be famous. That'd be cool, because at least I'd be someone out there that can promote good stuff instead of all this toxic. I'm gonna basically say you're poor, or you're not worth anything because you're not rich and famous. I don't want to be like that. I want to make people happy. I want to donate money. I want to make a charity. I want to do things like this. That's the only reason that I would like to be famous, so that I can put something out there that even when I'm dead and gone, that's still around.
That's really nice. That is, Lewis. That is. But yeah, no,
That went very
really good to.
morbid. I'm so sorry.
You say?
Dead and gone. I said that went very morbid. I'm so sorry.
No, I wouldn't call it morbid. It's just you want the legacy. I think you're 25. Yeah, you're actually right. 25. You should be. But no, the sentiment's nice. That's what you meant. It is. But yeah, it's really good to see Twitch streaming. It's it confuses me why you like horror, because you act like, I've heard you talk about horror and you're like, oh, I don't like some games just scare me to death, but I don't like horror, but I do love it. It's weird
Because it reminds me of
it
my
sounds
brother.
like it sounds like you don't like it, but you do love it.
It takes me back to the time I watched my brother. That's the way I see it. It's good because people enjoy it. It gives them the adrenaline and things like that. But it reminds me of my brother, and it most of what I do is an emotional thing. Like, helps me cope with that loss, because not knowing how he died affects me every fucking day. It's so hard to
Hang
carry
on,
on
what?
with that.
You don't know how your brother died?
No,
Sorry, I didn't know. Wasn't there like a post-mortem like test and that?
no, it was inconclusive. They said we'll
Oh,
never
sorry,
know. They
I didn't
did.
know.
For 2 years
Oh,
we were praying and praying, so
wow,
we
I didn't
knew
know
what it
that.
was. Yeah.
That's
They
terrible.
said to us
That.
he shouldn't be dead. We checked every organ, you name it. He was healthy. We don't know why he
Oh,
died.
right. Sorry, I
So
didn't know that. I was. Yeah, I can see why I can get to you. 'Cause it was. Yeah. Um. That's just such a shame that is. Not knowing it's. Yeah.
that's why it affected me so much.
I can imagine. It,
And because I never got to
yeah.
see him one last time, because I chose my ex's feelings over my family.
I wouldn't. I know. I wouldn't beat yourself up about it, but I know you do. But I'm sure that he's looking down on you with pride.
Yeah, I wish you'd stop turning my
Yeah.
Xbox on to freak me out in the night time. No, that freaks me the fuck out. Oh, he moves my pictures.
Yeah.
I know it's him because I've seen him. And it's freaky. I watched
Cool.
one time we had a Olaf teddy on top of a wardrobe, and I swear to God, I kid you not, I watched its head turn. Like, and I was like, "Yep, I'm leaving the room." And
It
as I
probably
went
is.
downstairs, one of his funeral songs was playing, so it was definitely him.
Really? Yeah, it could have been. Yeah, it could have been. But yeah, it's so that's why you like the horror games then. Yeah, I can understand why. I can, because that's one question I always wanted to ask you because it's like I hear you on L.O.D Perspective, like, oh, I really hate this game. Oh, it's horror.
There's some games that are
Sometimes
just too much. Yeah, there's
too
some
much.
games I'm just like, nope, not returning to that one. That one, because I'm gonna get a heartbeat monitor put on so that when I do horror games, you can see how bad my heart goes.
Oh, really?
That'd be
That'd
cool.
be crazy. Welcome to Ryan
Yeah.
Hunt. Thanks for popping in.
Hey, Ryan.
Yeah, but no, yeah, that's also. I'm going to presume that your Venomous AK name is because you loved the character Venom. But is there any other reasons why you've chosen? Saying that though, am I saying it right? Because Mass Mayhem says your name completely different to me. I
He does
thought
it
it was
to wind
called
me up because he
Venomous
used to call me
AK.
Venomousak.
Oh,
Right.
Venomousak. I'll see. Right.
So he does it to wind me up. So I started calling him Mask Moron.
Oh, I see.
So Mask Moron, he calls me Venomousak. But my name is Venomous AK because when I was a kid, I loved the film Ghost Rider. And I sat there one day
Oh
trying to
yeah.
figure. I got my first gamer tag got banned, and I was like, "Hang on a minute, you gave me the fucking name." Like Xbox gave me
Yeah.
the name, and I
They
got
do. It's
reported for racism. I was like, "How? How is that
randomly
racist?"
generated by them.
Yeah, random generator. I thought, oh, that suits. I'll take that. Yeah, that's fine. I got reported and banned. I was like, what for? And they was like, because it's racist. I was like, how's it racist? You gave me the name. So they let me change the name of the account, but I
Yeah.
wasn't allowed to use that account again. I had to start a new account. I was like, really, really? So I did that, and
Yeah.
I thought about it, and I thought I'm obsessed with Venom. Like Venom, I'm just obsessed with it. Like I can even do the voice, you name it, and like having a long tongue. I just thought I have a darkness inside me that can control me. It's crazy. And I thought in Ghost Rider, he touches his Harley Davidson, and it just turned absolutely awesome. And when he does that, I thought, what if Venom were to pick up a machine gun? Now, one of the most deadliest guns at this time was an AK-47. I thought if he picked up an AK-47 and he would then to put his the symbiote all over the gun, what would that turn into? The most deadliest fucking weapon you can think of. So that's what
It
my
would.
name is based on. If Venom were
That's,
to touch a gun, how
that's
deadly
cool.
would it be? Venomous
Definitely.
AK.
Well, yeah, it's a good name, that is. Yeah, thanks for
Thank
that.
you.
That's it's a good name, that is. Better than Stubbs Gaming. Well, all mine came from was years ago. We used to be. I used to be stubborn. The randomly generated name they gave me was Stubborn Word 9. Well,
Stubborn word
me and
9.
yeah, my mates, we all made it like a COD clan, and like it
Hey,
was
anime.
like I Stubbs. So everyone was like I their name and ZZ. So mine just
Yeah.
changed from I Stubbs, and in the end, I just called it Stubbs Gaming. In the end, it's no good story behind it, really. Welcome, Anime Razza, part of the Stasis
That's
chat
pretty
crew.
cool.
He is. Yeah, welcome.
Oh, awesome.
But yeah, it's that's a good one. But yeah, it's a good name. That is a good story, definitely behind it. But yeah, it's been fun, Lewis. I think we'll wrap it up there. I think we've covered nearly everything actually. We
Yeah, no
have.
worries.
But yeah, if you want to tell people where they can find you, the links are in the description though. I think I've got them all right. You have to let me know if I haven't.
Yeah,
Tell people where they can
so
find you.
just want to say thank you to everyone for tuning in and supporting this today. I'm not really a big famous fucking YouTuber or streamer. I'm just me, and just use watching is really appreciated. And feel free to follow me on Twitter. I follow back if you are awesome, because you probably all are. Probably already follow you all anyway. So I'm on Twitter as Venomous AK, TikTok Venomous AK, Instagram Venomous AK. Facebook at Venomousak, plus the L.O.D, which is on Spotify, Anchor FM. Make sure to check us out on Thursdays and Saturdays. We do a collab with Sit Down to Game. He's awesome as well. You should give him a follow. As is, you should follow T-Wild95 and Mars Mayhem. They're part of my crew. And Dazzy, because Dazzy's cool as well. And AFC Paul as well. He's cool. Just follow them all. Okay. And I am also on Twitch, Venomousak. Anyone that follows me is hugely appreciated, and you're all awesome. Thank you so much for your time. You're the best. Cheers.
Thanks for coming on, Venomousak, Lewis. It's good to have you on. It's been a while in the making, and like you were shocked that I wanted to have you on, but I have anyone on, regardless of size of audience. I think it's fun to have good creators on, and hopefully you get some more follows and more community out of it. It's just about the conversation and talking about content creation and all sorts of gaming related conversation. It was a good talk tonight, Lewis. But yeah, thanks for coming on.
Thank you.
If you'd like to, please like, share, and subscribe if you're listening after the fact on the Stasis Chat channel. If you're catching this on Spotify, Apple Podcast, please drop us a 5-star review. It really helps. If you're on a good pods app, please give us a 5-star. Hopefully we can get this podcast going again, the stubzcast, and get up on the lists. Be fun on there. But yes, thank you for popping in, everyone, to check out the show. And if you listen after the fact, I really appreciate you tuning in, and definitely make sure you follow Venomousak on Twitch.
Stubbs, do you mind if I give my missus a quick shout out as well?
Yeah, you can do that exactly. That's no problem.
And I want to shout out my amazing partner, Megan. Without her, I wouldn't be where I am now. She pushed me to carry on this. She pushed me to do the horror. She bought my setup. Honestly, without her, I'd be dead. And that's an honest opinion. She's pushed me to keep going. And she's my rock, as is Paul and Tom and all of the others. So I love you all, really. You don't realize how important you guys are in my life. So thank you so much. That includes Dazzy, Paul, Suko, a lot of them. Everyone that I talk to, like on the regular, they don't realize how important they are in my life. As are you, Stubbs.
That's awesome to hear, Lewis. You're awesome too. You are.
Thanks, man.
But yeah, it's been fun, and we will definitely speak to you soon. But yeah, thanks for coming on again, and thanks everyone in chat for checking out Venomousak. And after the fact, please make sure you follow him on all the platforms he's on. He's a good guy in the community. Definitely deserving of a follow and more support. But yeah, thank you everyone. And next stubzcast, I ain't sure yet. I've got to sort it out. Hopefully it's not 3 or 4 months. It will be more regular. I'll try and keep it at least once a month, if not 2. But we will see. Anyway, we'll see you next time, everyone. See you later.